Good evening. Happy Valentine's Day to the olds out there. Hope you're enjoying yourself tonight. You can always pick up the podcast later. It doesn't have to be now. Hope you spend a nice romantic day with your significant other. And if you don't have one, think about having one. Think about the ones you've had in the past, or maybe the one you're gonna have in the future. But anyway, happy Valentine's Day. It's old school, rounding first and heading for second. Hi everybody. I'm C Black and this is the Blackout Podcast. Tonight, I want to venture in some different areas of life. I want to hit on a few things that I've noticed in my life. And I was just wondering, black people, we are so complicated. It's not simple. It's pretty complicated. And so I wondered, do other ethnic groups go through the same thing? The twists and turns, the whole complex of who we are, how diverse we are, yet how we have this tormenting thing inside of us where we seem like we torture each other. What that's about, I don't know. Haven't you always wondered why black people, if you get to the top, you climb up the rope, and you want to throw the rope back down so you can climb up? They pull the rope up. How many black people have you called and asked them to help you for a job? How many? Now, we all know a white person will give a job to another white person that he barely knows, because he ready to give it to him or her before they give it to you. Why we don't have that same mechanism in us that, hey, this is what I gotta do. I gotta help out. I got to. Now, it's a rarity. It's just not like it's supposed to be. Why don't we? We don't really own the companies. Per se, you don't. How come we can't say, well, listen, I can't promise you nothing, but I'm going to look out for you. That much I know. I'm going to say, hey, here's the application. Give me your resume. I'm going to holler at them, see what they say. If it don't go nowhere, you say, well, I did try. I don't run the company. I said I would try. And I will contact you back like, hey, they're not doing nothing, or the guy told me he would, and I'm still asking them. I mean, what does that do? Why can't we do that? In my job, some of the managers and supervisors have left because they have master's degrees. The white person that's their boss has a high school diploma. And they shaking their head. Why do we do that? It's something deep real there. I mean, it's really deep. Do white people say, I don't like them because they're pale white, or I'm just a little skin tone darker than them? We don't like each other on the strength of our color. Yellow and dark, caramel, just off of that alone. And everybody knows. And the crazy part is everybody knows it. Everybody knows the dark got a problem with the high yellows, and high yellows have a problem with the dark. But why is that? What is that? If I get the job, and let's say I get the job, I'm making 20,000. We both making 20,000. We all making 20. About 4 or 5 of us. Well, somebody gets a job making 80,000. What's the chance of them trying to make sure everybody get in? So I can say my house is better than yours. I make more money than yours. My car is better than yours. Um, I live in a better neighborhood. I can't say that no more if you get the same money I get. You can count how many people really help. Why? I don't know. For the life of me, what is wrong with us? I've asked that question. And, the reason I asked it because it's mind-boggling. Why don't we help each other? What is the problem? I had someone going to college, a relative, and another relative. Well, the one relative said was highly recruited. They deserved it. They were really good and highly recruited all across the land. The other one, not so much. Clawing, trying to figure out how to get there. Couldn't get it, but trying. But the other one, they fought, man, like roaches, just coming out of the woodwork. You know what they say about roaches. I always got a story, so let me take time to reflect on that. When you go to someone's house in the daytime and you see a roach walking around daytime, in the broad daylight, that means they got a house full of them. When you see a roach during the day, roaches crawling during the day, they got a bunch of them. Roaches only come out at night. I don't know. That's just who they are. It's like when you go into the room and you hit the light, they scatter. They don't come out. But in daytime, you see them out, they got a house full of them. Trust and believe that. Well, this, how many offers they were getting? Oh man, big time. And you couldn't help but go, wow, that's beautiful. They put a lot of work into it. They deserve it. Well, during the pandemic and things changed. Transfer portal. That kids just go wherever they want to go. They just up, jump, and go. They say, you know what? I'm out of here. Not like it used to be. It used to be where they was trapped. They had to set out a year. Now they gone. If somebody out there wants me, I can go to another college just like that. So that changed the game. In the process, all them offers that were falling out of the wall like the roaches, well, they sucked them up. Now, you had this other one trying to get into schools, couldn't get them. But the one that was getting them, now it went dry. Everything sucked up. And the reason I say this is, they're cousins. The one that wasn't getting anything got a little nibble on the line. Just a little nibble. You know how if you don't fish, the fish just plucks at the line. He's plucking at the worm. Doesn't want to take the whole thing, he's just plucking. He was getting some plucks. Hadn't hooked anything, but he was getting plucks. Now the other one that was just pulling them in by the boatload, it had dried up. What happened? I explained it to you. It seems remarkable. But that's how it went down. Now, when this one that hadn't got nothing finally got something on the line, they end up getting like 2 or 3. So they end up with a good deal. Ready to go to school. Happy for them because they had zilch, nothing. And they actually end up free, no pay. Free, no pay is always, for college, don't let nobody fool you. Somebody's trying to fool me with that. You got to be at Michigan. You need to get a degree. Just get you a degree. And there's nothing wrong with not paying. Because a lot of people will be paying for the rest of their lives. It's hard to go forward when you got a bill always in your back pocket. Wherever you go, the bill's there. And it ain't going. So free, no pay. So back to the story. He got something hooked, and the phone rings, and it's the one that had been getting offers. Well, they had dried up. And they asked him, hey, could you look out for me? Could you talk to the coach and see if he can help me? And I'm thinking, makes sense. Well, the cousin said that only had 2 or 3 nibbles and just started pulling, finally got a hook late, midnight hour. And they said, I was just wondering. When you had all them fish in your boat, more fish than you could stand. And I was out here fishing all night long. Didn't get a bite, wasn't getting a nibble, had nothing. Nothing. Did you stop and say, man, I got a cousin who's been fishing all night long, all day long, 24/7. Could you see, can't promise me nothing, but could you say something? Could you holler at him? And when they asked him that, their reply was, well, that's why I didn't want to ask you, because I know I ain't did nothing for you. Let's think about that. I didn't want to ask you because I know I hadn't did nothing for you. So you knew that you hadn't done nothing. You knew it. We grew up playing sports together. In fact, we won a championship together. It never dawned on you, man, he's out there fishing all the time of night, trying to get a bite. At no point did you say, well, he may take a look at, is that a black thing? Now, understand, 2 different positions. Not the same one, 2 different positions. So it really doesn't matter. What is that? What is that? Why do we do that? Of course, we would defend it. If approached and asked, we would defend it. Instead of just saying, you know what, you're right, absolutely right. I'm not mad about nothing you say. You're absolutely right. I didn't do it. Hold me accountable for it. But all in line with them or behind them, we'll say, oh no, he ain't do nothing wrong. Well, she didn't do nothing wrong. I don't understand that. For the life of me, I don't. It just doesn't. It's got to be a black thing. Is it because we were held down so long by the man that when one of us got out of there, we wanted to make sure to let the other ones know, y'all still picking cotton. I don't pick cotton no more. Is that it? I want to boast about that? Just things to make you go, Because it's true. All across this land, most of us ain't pulling each other up. Now, let me stray into this area. And for those out there before I stray, if you help somebody. Don't act like you have and you haven't. Go look in the mirror. Like someone told me recently, go look at. Did you look in the mirror? Uh, that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, when you look in the mirror, do you say, "Man, I tried to help out some people. I tried to help out some kids. I have tried. I know I have. I've gotten people jobs. Black people." It reminds me of a story, and I got a bunch of them. A friend of mine who was my boss came and told me that, um, "Do you know anybody who wants a job here? Because I can get them in." And I said, "Wow. Hmm." Now I only got there because he pulled me in, and he's like, "Yeah, man, if you know somebody, tell them." So I tell someone about the job making good money, good job. They say no, but they tell me about some white people. Now, it may sound like I'm prejudiced, right? Like, well, why couldn't he tell a white person? Well, the reason that is a problem is that white person, when they walk through the door, they put application, they probably get the job. Can you understand? When they come in, they don't need a reference. They are a reference. When they walk in, they're their own walking reference and resume. They're good to go. They got a good shot right from the word go. We, on the other hand, have to go through people to get. That's how I got there. That's how my friend, as a boss, got there. You had to go through somebody. But when they walk into them doors, like I said, they're a walking resume and a walking reference, all rolled into one. But they told me about some white people. Couldn't think of no black person that desperately needed a job, who, even with saying that they can get the job, it's no guarantee, but you got a good shot. Why would they come up with that? Think nothing of it. I always thought it was crazy. That's why I haven't forgot it. Well, you're a racist. No. Like I said, I explained it. It's not even field. In football, the coach of Miami got fired, Brian Flores. He started a class action lawsuit against the NFL. All them rich, Republican, probably racist owners use the rule they have, the Rooney Rule, which means you have to interview a black person before you tell him no. Yeah. So he is suing the NFL. Well, up jumps the devil. Now they started hiring NFL coaches. You think that's by coincidence or plan? Okay, I'll take the hit. Okay, I'll take the hit. Because we got a show. Because they only had one. The Pittsburgh Steelers coach. One. That's amazing. What is with that? And what is with... I remember I had another friend who asked for him to be fired. I said, man, you can't fire him. You can't. How do we fire each other? I can't ask for him to be fired. Jim Caldwell was the coach of the Lions. Best winning percentage the Lions coached and had in my lifetime. 3 out of 4 years of winning record, that's unheard of. Unheard of. Playoffs 2 out of the 4, unheard of. Sabotaged the last 2 years to make sure his team wasn't better and still finished with winning records. Nah, don't fool me with that. But he was fired. So as a black person, why do we like that? Okay, flip it around. Let me ask you this. And I was just thinking about this. I live in a diverse neighborhood, right? I do. I enjoy the diversity of it. I Now I was trying to figure out myself with this. Where do I go with this? I like diversity. I like it's whoever. You don't know who, right? I don't wait a minute. I don't want the Klan next door, but I don't want the drug dealer next door either. So I don't want to live in the hood, all black, shoot 'em up, hit the floor. I want to live where every blue moon something happens. I get it. It goes with the territory. But not on a daily basis. There's always something going on. No. Speaking of roaches, during the summertime, black people come out of them houses. Man, when you drive through the hood, everybody's sitting on the porch. And when you ride by, they look in the car like they know you. I'm like, someone scared to make eye contact with them. Back at them. I mean, they're looking hard. I'm like, wow. I don't know them. They looking like they looking for the, like, did you steal my wallet, my car? That's him in the car. No, I just wonder. Like I said, I wouldn't want to live in the hood, but I couldn't live in an all-white neighborhood either. And I know people who did that, and they don't have a problem with it. I'm just wondering, how do you do that? How? How do you live in all-white neighborhoods? It would turn my skin. Because I know for a fact there's some people that can't stand my guts just because of my skin. Not because the car I drive, not because I'm wearing a 5-beat hairstyle, not because I wear shades, just the fact of color of my skin. Like what happened to the kid in Atlanta. I think of that. I'm like, yeah, seems about right. Everybody don't want you walking and running through their neighborhood. How do you move in an all-white neighborhood? And understand, again, I wouldn't want to live in all hood, in the hood neighborhood. So, what does that mean, who I am? I was just thinking about that to myself. Who am I? Who am I? Oh, boy, you don't want to live in the hood? No. You want to live with all white people? No. No. I don't want no part of that. I don't know. What does that mean? I was just thinking, who am I? Do I think I'm too good to live in the hood? Or the white people, I know for one, the kids, when they go to school, what they got to go through. I went through that once. Very young age. I still remember it. Still remember it. I can remember driving to Ohio, knowing how racist Ohio was. Had no clue. Then I found out. You go to the Cool Jazz Festival, and it was all kind of things going on. The lines was long to get into the restaurants. Couldn't get in. We waiting. White people just walking right by us getting in. Reservations to get in rooms. No, you got to put out a deposit before you get in. Lied and said the confirmation numbers wasn't true. This is in Ohio. My dad's getting gas, and black guy, white guy there with, with a couple of more white guys, or one white guy and a woman. My father very talkative, talking to the guy, and just kicking it. Summer night, head to the jazz festival. Matter of fact, I think we was head to get our room, and he said, "Where you from?" He said, "I'm from Detroit." And the white guy said, "Oh, you from Detroit? Well, you in Ohio now?" Yeah. He said, "You know what we do in Ohio? We burn niggas up." And he had a gas pump in his hand. Now, at the time, I had another person with me, and we beat the mess out of him, threw him back in his truck, and the guy with him said, "Hey, here's just how he is." I tried to tell him not to do it, and they drove off. But that was just a snippet of how the things I went through in Ohio. And I thought because Ohio was a borderline right next to us, that didn't go on. But, man, Ohio's like, I guess the gateway to the South. You know, on the other side of us, Kentucky. So, yeah. And I still look at it like that. That's Trump country. That's his area. That's his town. It's Republican. And, you know, I always harp on that because I keep thinking about these black people. You know what they always say now? What did Obama do for us? I'm going to start asking them, what did Trump do for you? First thing, what did Trump do? And it's just, I mean, I talked to a couple of black women. I've been getting from dumb stuff from the black men, but now I'm getting from the black women. What did Obama do? Trump. I mean, they're going to vote for Trump. 24? They are. And I said, well, you don't like Biden, but you do know sitting to the right of him is a black woman is the vice president. Oh. I said, you know, it's a black guy that runs the Pentagon. You know the military ain't crazy about that. You know that. And then, on the other, you about to nominate a Supreme Court justice. A woman. Black. She said, I don't care. I knew right then I would never have a conversation with her again. I'm done with that. And I said this to say, how do black people continue talking to people for Trump? White people for Trump? How do you continue doing that? It's like, okay, he's a Klansman, and you okay with it. You want to talk about Obama. Bush was bad enough. I don't understand. You know, I watched America get pissed off at Russia and Ukraine, right? That was one time their country. So I guess they want to take it back or whatever. Start some crap, whatever. You know how Putin is. You just never know. But that's neither here nor there. But when the United States start, you know, they say they're going to start sanctions against Russia if they invade Ukraine. Well, what I don't understand, when we got in that last fake war, the mass bombs of destruction, you remember that one, that Bush conjured up. You bombed and invaded that country. Where was your sanctions at? You didn't deserve them? They didn't have no bombs. You didn't deserve them? And listen, I get why we doing all that. I'm just wondering, it's pretty hypocritical. It is. But, you know, America does exactly what it wants to do, when they want to do it. This country is so wonderful, yet so crazy. And I guess basically they're saying, stay in your guidelines. Stay within your frame and you'll be fine. You step outside that frame, you causing a problem. They just want you to stay in a corner. And you'll be fine. Everything else, they change the rules on the fly. Gerrymanderism. When they take and change the polling areas where you running at, the districts, on the fly. That seems like something I'll basically either shrink it up, make two Democrats go against two Democrats, or shrink it up or large it out where it's Democrat and Republican, but the Republican has the bigger area, so he'll win and beat the Democrat. How can you redistrict areas? What is that? What? If you went to jail and you got a appeal, you got to have money to get an appeal. Wait a minute. I don't belong here. I just want a plain old appeal. So basically, it's out for rich people. When they go to jail, oh, I got the money, let me appeal it. I got the money, let me appeal it. I ain't got no money, I can't appeal. Well, hopefully one of them Freedom Acts, people come around try to help get you out of here. Otherwise, you're not getting out of here. Your freedom's done. It's always a rule set up. They always have a get out of jail card. You say they, yeah. Ain't no black person put that forward. Can't. It's amazing to me that and we play right into our hands. Black people. What is wrong with us? All right. This is the Valentine's Day show. Sounds pretty depressing, don't it? Yeah, don't mean to. There was just some things on my head I wanted to get out. I'm going to go out and try to get ready and try to go enjoy dinner myself. It's running late, but that's okay. This is just kind of bothering me because the black lady at work, just a combination of things, how we don't help each other out. Why are we so worried about what did Obama do? That's all they know. Well, what did he do? Well, what did Trump do? Don't ask me. What did Trump do? He had one cabinet member. One. And you know who that was? Ben Carson. Double cream Oreo cookie. Double. He wasn't one of your regular single. He was a double cream Oreo cookie. They call it double stuff. Horrible. He had none. Zero. And you question about someone else? Well, here was a crook. This man, they find documents he didn't shred it, flushed down the toilet. Think about the stuff he done got away. Now listen. He was impeached twice. It should have been 100. We are something else. All right. Preaching tonight. Let me let it go. Let me wrap it up. You guys make sure you go out and enjoy your dinner tonight. It's Valentine's Day. Go somewhere nice, safe. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Protect the family. Feeling pretty good. Been feeling pretty good for a minute now. God bless. All right. This OG rounding third and heading for home. I will see you guys tomorrow night before the Super Bowl. How about that? All right. Good night. This is the Blackout Podcast. See Black. Good night.